Hey, YouTube is Beantown Babe coming at you, kind of to give you a little relationship edition of some videos. Um, want to talk a little bit about dating relationships and family relationships while you're in nursing school or even in your career as a nurse. Um, I wanted to be transparent on this channel, talk about what's going on with me. My first week of my ICU residency, sorry, keep calling it internship. Residency was exciting, mostly HR stuff and health streams and all that other stuff. But got to go on the unit, meet the big boss, all the good stuff this week. So excited. But anyways, also, what happened to me before that, which is what's prompting this video, is that I made a decision to break up with my boyfriend on Saturdays, and I started work on Monday. One of the reasons I decided to break up with my boyfriend is that we had been having lots of fights. One of the things that really bothered me that he had said is he made some like really underhanded comment about me getting into this program. I can always tell when he was hurt about something. I live in a certain state that it was pretty hard for me to find an internship. I mean, it's very overly saturated with nurses, especially new grads all the time. People move here to get internships or to work in general as a nurse. So it's oversaturated. So at first, he's in another state. I said, let me think about finding internships in other states. But also, I put his state on the list of places I would move. So I ended up finding an internship, a really good internship actually, about 4 hours away from my house. Instead of moving to another state, and I got other offers, actually, some in his state, two actually in his state. So I decided not to go to his state. I decided to stay here where I'm at. And he started to make some comments. But that wasn't the only thing. But that was the beginning of me of me starting to think like, I don't know. And it just progressed more and more and more. And to the point where I even think that he was testing me to see. And, he even said something about, I kind of wanted to see what, you're going on. And I've heard of people saying that people test your temperature to see if, you're going to choose them or if you're going to this or you're going to that, And I'm like, I'm not the person to test. One, I don't have the time. I had told him, I'm taking this internship, this residency. I'm taking the residency, as well as going back to grad school. I had taken a break from grad school. My grandmother had passed away, and I took a break from grad school, and now I'm going back to this residency. It's absolutely freaking crazy to do both things at one time anyways. I don't recommend it, but I'm crazy. Then he starts testing me. We start having arguments all the time. And I just thought, I cannot do all of this at one time. And I need to be with someone who understands that I'm going through a hard time right now. I'm about to start a hard time right now. It's just never going to work if he's arguing with me, starting antagonizing me. And this is the word I used even. And he someone else must have told him this, before in the relationship, because he said he's heard someone say those words to him. Antagonize. He's antagonizing. He's an antagonist. I'm not doing it anymore. I think the last argument, I was just like, I'm not dealing with this. And I've had to make that choice in different times of my career. and during school, because I have gone to 3 nursing programs now. I did my LVN, then I did my RN, and now I'm in my master's program for my NP. And I have to say, at each in each program, I had certain relationship issues, and I will leave somebody in a quick second. I got student loans and all that stuff. I did not come this far to get jacked up by a relationship. And I feel like I want you in school. You need a partner while you're in school, or even as a nurse in general. You need a partner who understands that you have a very stressful job. You have people's lives in your hands. Nursing school is no joke. They even tell you, like, in our seminar, they talk about, like, you're going to need to sit down with your family, your support system, whoever's in your life, and tell them, I'm not going to be the same person I was before I entered this. I'm not going to be around as much. I'm going to have to study. I'm going to have to dedicate a lot of time to do this. And so I need you to understand that. I need you to support that. And I need you to be there for me. They talk about, like, the number of divorces during nursing school is pretty high. You really need people who are in your life to support you. And for whatever reason, with me and other people I've known, some of the most catastrophic things happen to you while you're in nursing school. It's insane. I don't know if something in the universe is trying to hold you back from being the incredible servant that you need to be in the community, but for whatever reason, people are losing kids, they're losing parents, they're losing spouses, they're getting cancer. I have a coworker who had cancer while she was in school. Getting cancer, getting sick, just insane stuff. Spouses dying. It's insane that what happens while you're in nursing school. Sometimes that is thrown at you. My classmate lost her baby. One of my classmates went to clinicals, her very, very pregnant, on her feet for 12 hours a day, because, they say these things like, oh, if you miss more than this many hours at clinicals, or if you miss a day at clinicals, then you're out. I mean, everything is, you're out. If you do this, you're out. If you get 82 and you need to pass with an 82 and you get 81.9, you're out. I mean, it's like the favorite saying of nursing school. You get out. You're out. You're getting cut. It's gone. It's over. You're like, what the freak? So you cannot come home to somebody every day. You can't have family members starting crap with you. I have a sister. I honestly had to cut my sister off. I feel like it happened twice to me. And I'm not a religious person, but my sister called me twice. Okay. I remember I had a big paper due one time, and the other time I had a really big final. And she called me starting some mess. Just starting mess. I was like, what the freak? Like, what do you wanna, and I'm not a person who likes to fight, but I will. I'll fight with you. I'll argue with you. And I'm also a person, though, and I know who I am. And most nurses are like us. Like, we really care about people. So it eats me out when I'm arguing with you. If you're my sister, my mom, my significant other, it eats me up. And so now I'm focused on this argument that we have. So you have to protect your spirit while you're in nursing school, so you need to have the hard conversations with people like, look, I can't do all this and come home and fight with you. You might need to curb a conversation with a family member and be like, look, I ain't got time, and even if it's your mama, sometimes you might need to curb it. Friends as well. Friends will get upset because you can't hang out like you used to. You can't go here like you used to. I mean, and they might even, say negative stuff to you because of it. And you have to just be able to say, nah, bro, no. And just sometimes you might need to cut them off. Because let me tell you something. I know many people who told me that their friends cut them off because they ain't coming out no more. So they cut you off because you ain't partying with them like you used to, or you're not available for them like you used to be, and they'll cut you off. So I'm sorry. Like I said, I got almost $100,000 in school loans. You ain't worth that. If you ain't playing, nah, man. I didn't already sacrifice way too much to give up my nursing career before a relationship that honestly sometimes won't even be there anyways. They'll leave you for something else. I mean, if I was married, of course I'm, gonna, you know, whatever. But even that, I mean, I don't want a spouse who can't support me. I don't want a spouse who doesn't understand that I'm going through this right now and can't put themselves a little second until then. Because I know that I would do that for my spouse. And something my ex just told me, you can't expect people to react and do what you would do, because I said something about transparency and easiness. I said, I want you to build easiness in our relationship. I want you to have transparency in our relationship. I said, he said, you can expect people to act in situations the way you would act. And I said, no, I'm not expecting for you to act and behave in the way in which I behave, but I do know I expect for reciprocation for what I give to you. I give you support. I give you transparency. I give you, easiness in this relationship. I don't fuss with you over stupid stuff. I don't mess with you over stuff. I don't test you. My ex was infamous for testing to see if you love him. I was like, I don't have time for this, dude. Look, I show I love you by the things I do every day for you. If that is not enough for you because of something in your spirit and what you need to test your mate, I am not the one. I tell people from the get, I am not the one to test, because I get easily like, ooh, I probably wouldn't, if you trying to pretend like you having an affair, I probably wouldn't even know that you did get your phone is ringing at 12 o'clock and I'm asleep. I'm like, I just don't notice those things. And, and that's one of the things I think with him. Like, I'm like, even when I was like, I just don't have the time, energy, or desire to be checking you the way you want me to check you. So, I don't mind sharing my stories. Some of them are funny. I can laugh about it. I'm not saying advocating like being all by yourself and stuff. Because trust me, I don't love being by myself. I don't love being single all the time. I mean, I love in general being single because I am a person who likes my own space. But I also like having somebody around. It was really good to have someone to talk talk to about things sometimes. But when that person that is your confidant, your road dog, your fun person, stress become the stressor every day, it takes it all away. And as nurses, we need calm, peace, serenity, supportiveness, transparency, somebody who understands that sometimes we can be a little not like crazy about wanting things to be a certain way. Like, all of us have our little niches about things. And so, I mean, and we need someone who understands that. And same thing with like lawyers and doctors and all these people are doing these like incredibly like stressful school programs and internships and residencies and all this stuff that they work you to the bone at. And even my friend's like a a planner, and she tells me how stressful it is, and sometimes I'm like, well, really? But hey, whatever it is that you feel like is stressful, and you have a job that you're on constantly all day long, and when you come home you want to relax, you cannot be with someone who does not know how to let you relax. Let me say it again. You cannot be with someone who does not know how to let you relax when you come home. It's different. You have kids, all this other stuff. That's a whole different freaking story. Kids don't know how to let you relax. They don't care. I mean, some kids do. But I'm just saying, that's different. But your adult partner has to know when to say, maybe I should let it go till tomorrow. It's not a big thing. Let me let her sleep. Let me let her go. Let me just be chill for a minute. I saw a video of this couple. I thought it was awesome. They live in like this RV. I was watching it because I wanted to learn how to do the RV thing in case it's for when I want to go travel nurse, right? And this guy, the husband, was making a video and he was talking about how he would take the dog out because he knows his wife's coming home. She's a nurse. And he wants her to have the space for herself for a little bit. And he was like, she works a hard job. I want her to have some time here because it's a small space so she can have time to get to her shower, do her things without me and the dog jumping on her. You know, and I was like, oh my God, that's so sweet. I was like, that is awesome. I was like, there are people out there who understand. So, you know, like I said, you really have to make cons and pros and make a list and think about it. But also, emotionally and mentally, it's hard doing our job. Lots of people quit last year as nurses because it was hard. And some people go all the way to school and get into it, and they're like, I can't do this anymore. It's stressful. It's hard. And so you really have to think about who you pair yourself with and who you give your energy to outside of work, because it will start to eat you up. And so I'm not just even talking about like your significant, I'm talking about your friends, I'm talking about your family members, the places that you go. You know, if you're playing like a team or anything, you have to think about those energies that you put yourself around outside of work. It's very important. Because you have to protect yourself, protect your peace at all costs. You know, you cannot pour from an empty cup, and you're gonna have to have a cup that has some substance in it to do our job and to do it well. Or you're gonna lose. I mean, as they always say, don't go losing your license. And I say this with all my heart. Please leave a comment if you want to talk about it or do an instant message. But honestly, I would rather, and I'm very different, I get it. I'm a Libra. I would rather be by myself than to be stressed out every day. Even when I wasn't a nurse, I was a social worker. I've always had very stressful jobs. But I also have felt like I would rather be single than to be with somebody who doesn't make my house a serenity. So you have to make those choices about yourself and kind of distance yourself from different times from people. Even at work. Don't get caught up in cliques. Don't get caught up in this person doesn't like that person. Don't get caught up in all this stuff that people try to put you in. I don't, even where I live, I try to live in places that are quiet, calm, serene. I don't know if you can hear it in the background, but there's waterfalls outside my apartment. Because I like to be relaxed. So anyways, it's Beantown Babe. Please subscribe. Give me some shout outs, or let me know what's going on with you guys as well with your relationships, and what maybe some things that work. Like, I think communication is a big thing. Telling the person you're with, hey, what works and what doesn't work. But go on vacations by yourself sometimes. I have tried to do that, or have done that while I was with someone when I was a young nurse. So anyways, Hope everything's going well with you guys. I will keep you posted on life. Bye.